Yay! Da -da 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 -da. Going so well to an opal. So this is my opal setup. Maybe I should give you a little bit of a tour. Um, Closing that, you don't want to see that. Maybe you do. So over here is my desk. This is all my used. Yay! I'm going to deal with that later. I'm going to basically put it onto a drill and spin it onto a piece of this, and that'll clean it all up. So that's what it kind of does. I'll deal with that later, but I thought I'd leave it out there just so you could see what it is. I don't know if anyone recognises this thing. One of the people on the feed said something along the lines of, "I think you overthink things, Phil." Of course I do. I like overthinking things. But this is basically an automatic opal thing. So I can't do this one-handed. Oh yes I can. There you go. Rotate that. Rotates the opal on the end. So you can attach it to the sandpaper machine at the moment, which is pretty cool. I'm kind of proud of that. Don't know if it's particularly useful, but I'm proud of it. Give you some of my more quirky features. The posterity, observation, and recall attachment, which of course is where I put my mobile phone. Ta-da. You're going to actually, there we go. So turn it around and this is me. Enough of that. Go down here, I'll show you some of the features of what I do. So I thought I'd leave the opals in this for the time being. This is the discard pile basically. So as I cut my opals, fragments fall into here, or sometimes I deliberately drop things into here. And what I can do at the end of that is I can just hunt through that and see if I can find some nice opals. Let me try, because I did leave some deliberately in here so that, you know, I have a totally unscripted experience. There you go. So that's the first line of defense, so to speak, on my machine. The second line of defense is down here. This is another container filled with water and with opals. We'll have a look down here. It's getting to be night-time-ish, so you probably won't see that much colour. But I guarantee you there is some colour here. There's some pretty spectacular colour, actually. That wasn't what I was trying to do either. It's just that as you cut, fragments fly off, and they become quite nice. They can become quite nice opals later on. So, you know, enjoyable. Yeah. So that's the basics of my setup. I do most of my cutting on the Dremel. I do most of my finishing on sandpaper, and it seems to work out quite well. I'll show you the pride and joy. I've got some spare opals should things get boring. The cool thing about live streaming is it doesn't really matter if people watch or not, doesn't it? Because, well, I'm cutting opals. You can watch me cut opals, or you could go and, you know, have a life. So this is my microscope. So what I can do is, once I'm done with my opals, I can look at them under the microscope. I haven't quite got it integrated into the system yet, so I'm still working on these sorts of things. I still haven't put the behemoth tag on it yet either. Opals, 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 opals. Well, what did you expect? Opals, 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 opals. Are you ready for an hour of this? All right, I've just finished putting all the electronics together and cleaning things down because, you know, tidiness and all. What I thought I'd do is I'd start with a few bench opals. What I mean by bench opals are some opals which ended up on my bench for whatever reason. This guy, I might zoom in a bit. Yoink. Might zoom out a bit. Moving to zoom out a bit. Whoop, there we go. Perfect. Yeah. So for all the people who are watching, as in 0, this is a meant to be opal. And I've noticed that a lot of people on the interweb recently have actually been using Mintaby opals. I think there's been a little bit of a run on the market or something, I don't know. But I've seen a lot of Mintaby opals being finished off and whatever else. So I thought I'd drag whatever Mintaby I could find. There were some fragments I found in the container down below, but I couldn't 100% guarantee they were Mintabys. They were just kind of Mintaby-ish, potentially Mintaby. So I decided to, go for something that I knew. So that's a Mintaby opal. But if we look hard at it, you'll see that there's cracks and there's all sorts of things. There's lovely colour, don't get me wrong. Beautiful colour, but there's cracks and stuff on there. There's the classic sandstone bit on the bottom. There's no sandstone on the top. I think that whoever sold this to me actually rubbed the top off and then lost their nerve. I don't blame them because, well, if anybody who's interested in opal understands, they know Mintaby is just, wow, bit tough. So that's one of them. This one is another of my bench opals. This one's a light coloured lightning ridge. Sorry, it's just moving the light. Light's not on. Huh. This is a professional outfit we are. There you go. So I'm kind of happy to see that. That's got a nice little colour bar all the way through. It's triangular. There's a plane coming across. I don't know about you, but every time I try to do this, a plane comes across. I don't necessarily do it at the same time. What was I going to do? Yes, I was also going to show some opals that are of interest to me because they were opals that I did when I first started opaling. So when you first start, you get excited, you buy some stuff, you don't necessarily know what you're buying. And so I had a whole heap of that stuff. It was relatively cheap, but I didn't know what I was getting. And as I was cleaning up today, I actually found a whole container of these. And I think I might go through these during the daytime because the daytime is sunlight. It's not anything to do with vampires. I'm not scared of vampires, honest. But this is the reason. This opal here, now back when I was first starting, I had no idea what I was looking at, but I have cut a few absolute smashing gems out of this. Notice that there's a lot of sand just underneath the potch, so that one, it's a huge gamble, but I haven't paid anything for it, so I'm going to cut it open, live stream it, see what it looks like. Let's have a look at some of these other ones. These ones are a little bit more obvious. This one, I wonder if you can even see it. From the same pile, just looking outside of the camera angles. Oh, there we go. So this is what's left of a witch's hat knobby. And you can see that there's a little bit of colour there. So we'll see what happens underneath that. This one is a bit of potch. I can't see any opals in it. Well, potch is, you know. I can't see any opal in it. But this is the kind of potch that I get those cherry tree patterns on, or cherry blossom patterns. So I'm going to try and get a cherry blossom pattern live for you. That might be interesting. Might not be. Who knows? At the moment, it doesn't matter. No one's here. Just so you know, I'm just going to cut opals. If no one's here, I'll just cut opals. I'll be perfectly happy, perfectly entertained. So this is just a little bit of green, and quite frankly, there's not a lot of colour here. There's a bit of sand right there. So I'm going to do my usual thing. If you know me by now, you'll know that I just go through the sand. See what's there. This one seemed to have a bit of colour in it too, so just looking for the colour. Looked better in the sunlight, but it took me a bit of effort to get this live stream up and running. I had to figure out if I was safe for children. There's a comment section if you don't think I am. I did a working with children check and everything, but I think you are better off doing the unsafe for kids idea because, I don't know, YouTube is complicated. There's like more than 2 buttons. All right, so this is one that came from my from my beginning opal, and I think that whoever gave me this package, he missed it or she missed it, because look at that. Is that unbelievable or what? It's an opal like that that makes me feel like Justin on the live stream. Justin on the live stream. Or maybe Justin on one of those, emotional pieces. As I'm sitting down here doing my opals, I think about the last words my dad ever said to me. It's really dark in this box. Definitely not for kids, isn't it? All right, so I suppose we can do those other, Pulitzer opals, because it's just got two hands and an angry voice from America. I'm from Pulitzer opals and I hate everyone. Yeah, so I'm not dissing much. But anyway, so what I'll do is I'll do some of these opals first up. I had one viewer for 15 seconds. I wonder if we can beat that record. What I'll do is I'll just get the machine running and we'll start cutting. First thing, I'll turn this fan on. Sadly, it makes me sound like a Dalek. We'll see how it goes. Can all those people who are on the stream can all those people on the stream tell me if that's irritating or not? And let's get into it. Let's see how we go. Putting on a face shield now. So, Bill, what do you reckon we've got? That looks like a big load of nada to me. Nada, nothing zip. Give me a second, I'll just have a quick look and see under some other lighting. What I'll continue to do is I'll just carve this back a bit just to make sure that we haven't got anything. The potch is nice and black, so if there is something, it's going to be an absolute smasher. But I don't expect anything. I'm not wasting space on my phone doing the live stream. YouTube going to the Got a brush of colour. anticipation more than anything else, because like it's got all the signs that something's going to happen, and yet nothing's happening. That's why they call them gambles. So what I'll do, final last gasp for this particular one, it was a gamble from the start, so I'm not worried. But what I'll do is I'll clean up the back. If that ends up just pure black, I'll just slice straight down the middle and see if there's anything we're missing, and then that'll be the end of it. I'm not going to waste too much more time with it. So wish me luck. Here we go. Sometimes you should tell people that you're about to do a live stream. My daughter came in asking about hair. Okay, so this is really weird. Like I'm sure some of the people who are potentially going to watch this, I don't know who will, but some of the people who watch this will know what it looks like when you've got an opal that's just wanting to have a bit of colour but not actually having colour. This is one of those opals. There's just a bit of red that's trying to show through. It's just a bit too black. So what I'll do is I'll just cut through the middle of it, just cut through the guts, see what we've got. If I see something, yay. If not, not so yay. Sometimes these things are directional, so I'll also cut at a slight angle to make sure I maximise the chances. Don't worry, my fingers aren't at risk. It just looks horrid and dangerous. So what have we got here? Oh. We do. It's so tiny. Let's have a look at the other side. I don't know if you can even see this. I'm just looking, just so that whatever audience might even show up has got something to look at whilst I'm checking it all out. Alright, so this, I can't see anything on this side, but on this side there is just the tiniest. Let me just see if I can spot it again. Once I found it, I'll try and make it so that the camera can see it. But I think even if I do find this again, it is so fantastic that there it is. Okay, I don't know if I can get this to happen on the camera, but basically if you have a look right near my thumbnail, there will be a flash of green if we're really, really lucky. So I'll just go try and make it happen. It's right at the top, see if we can get that to happen there. Don't know if I've seen. Hello there, Jeff. How you doing? I've just cut an opal in half, and I found the tiniest amount of green in it. It is ridiculous. I don't think you can see it. I might have to give up on. Oh, there was a bit of blue that just showed up just down there near my thumbnail. But I think I'm going to move on. That was a nice try, but seeing it didn't seem to work out that well, I'm going to go and get something else. When you're cutting opals, it sometimes helps to have an actual colour bar. How about that? That one was a bit of a gamble. This one, a bit of a triangular stone, but at least there's something in the middle. And this is a lightning ridger. So we'll see how this one goes. So I'm having a look at it. I might actually cut on the sandy side. It looks like this potch is a bit more stable, and that I don't like the look of that at all, so I'm just going to carve it out. Just so that you know, Jeff, I've also got a Minterby here. It's the saddest Minterby on the universe, but yeah, I think it's a combination of blurry and very, very small. So don't worry too much. Got some Minterby here. It's very sad Minterby, but it is Minterby. I've got some other ones. Actually, I'll show you whilst you're here, because there was no one else here anyway. I was just going through some of my very first opals that I ever started to look at, and I was just trying to find where is it? It's gone. Oh well. Indeed, it is. Minterby is really hard stuff. That's why we like it, I suppose. There it is. Okay, so when I was a young warthog, I was first getting into it, and I got a whole heap of rough, as we all do, and I didn't know necessarily what I was looking at. And so I was looking through some of my old rough again, just for funsies, and look at this guy. That's absolutely unbelievable. If you have a look at this colour bar, it goes all the way through too. Zoom it in. There we go. Going right back so you can see. This is like one of the first opals I ever bought, really, and I didn't even know what I was looking at. So I think I'll cut this one today. As a matter of fact, seeing that not much is happening, I'll just cut this one now. And then I'll do the Minterby one. That'll be fun because it will pretty much come apart. So let me see. Turn this guy on. By the way, do I sound like a Dalek? side. What's the sand? I don't know if you saw that, but a fragment just flew off, so I'm going to be just a little bit cautious with it. Oh, I like what I see. Move it into the bar, see what we find. Slowly going through this sand. I don't want to ruin this one. Even though I saw it when I was doing it, it still is a little bit unreal with being able to watch it. Getting the face of it, you can see there's some purple showing up on the side there. There's sand. If I'm zooming in for you, wet hands and zoom functions don't work very well. So, see that purple and green and whatever else. Sand is just hooking around it. You can see it's kind of coming in behind it too. Now look at it. I think we're going to be okay. I think. Don't cut. Because you can see the sand's on the side here. Let's see if I can put that for you. You can see the sand's actually coming in front of the colour bar. So if I cut through to the colour bar, it should be fine. In theory, what could possibly go wrong? Oh dear, look at that. Decision time. You know what I'm going to do? Usually these things end up so much smaller. Probably better off cutting it now, rather than trying to work on it really, really hard and then realizing you should have cut it ages ago. I'm going to slice it right along that sand line. It'll result in 2 very small stones. The one on the right might end up at 1.5 carats if I'm lucky. But yeah, that's good. It's rather dark outside. The section flew, but we'll work on this one for the time being. I'll hunt around for it later. Very lucky we did. Look at that. There's a giant, huge patch of sand for a ruined our day. But now I've got that, I think. Yeah. Let's just do this and hope for the best. There we go, look at that. We're getting there. Oh, look at that. I feel just like Justin. He's like, oh, I'm all shaky and stuff. Unbelievable, look at that. Aha! And I cut this live. I think that's enough of the shenanigans with the hard tools. Look at that. That's amazing. I'll just smooth out the edges to make it into a, let's have a look. I really want to turn that into a cap, but it might go into a drop shape. I'm going to turn it into a cap. See if I can get the middle out of it now. I really don't want to go too hard on it. Just this side here, just roll cancel that recording. Just clean up the back a bit. So there you go, there's my first live stream Opal car. I'll dot that up and I'll put it onto other things later and I'll show you how that's gone. Now what I want to do is I want to go hunt around for the other one, the other side, because that flew off the... I was going to say off the dock, but it didn't. It's getting too dark. I think I'll spend too much time searching. That's a different one. Alright, so I'm going to pop this on top. And whilst we've got this one here, may as well. This is an unexpected Opal. Just found it on the ground. It's already got some colour on it, so I may as well just turn it into a back or a drop. Chunk of sand in the middle, but I'll get rid of that later, mate. I'll just do one more. So. Interesting to see the two. Live stream just a random Opal that was lying on the ground. Probably better as a double really, because you have to look behind. Yeah, that was fun, putting that on top. Alright, what do I do now? I think I'll have a bit of fun. I'll show you this guy. This one, it might not look too good with the lights all on, but if you have a look just where this hole is, you'll see there's a lot of green and pink and all sorts of things. And if we have a look at the side, you can see that the potch actually darkens a lot. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to cut straight to the chase. I think I'm looking at two areas where I'm going to cut it. There is this area here, there is some sand just there, slice straight through, and I reckon those two bubbly holes there, I'm just going to slice straight through those. I'll do the bubbly holes first because That'll give me an idea of what the sand looks like underneath anyway. But I think that's probably the easiest option. So let's give that one a crack. Okay, roger that. See if that helps. Is that better? In case you're interested, I'm due a camera upgrade. I think it's the 12th of December for my plan and all that. So maybe I'll just upgrade my phone, upgrade my camera, and see what happens. So what have we got? Let's have a look. Turn that off. So that when I hit my knuckles. Exterminate, exterminate. Turning that off for the time being. Alright. So let's have a look at you. Doesn't look that impressive there, does it? There still might be something there. Just having a look on the reel. Okay, so what you're probably missing out on the feed is the fact that this area here is actually a chunk of sand, really. So it might come good, but doubtful. Let's have a look at the other side. Okay, so this is the dilemma we always face. I am a strong believer in the fact that sand is probably what makes the opal an opal. Seeing this thing doesn't owe us anything. I mean, it sort of does. But what I might do is I might actually cut that section off. I'll cut the precious section off and see if I can bring it to a nice shine from the opposite side. That's probably the best way to do it. Because I don't think if I cut through the top, I'm going to get anywhere. I'll just slice through it, get to sand, and get sad and go to bed. So I think that what I'll do is I'll try and cut through from the side, and we'll see what it looks like. If we get a small stone, so be it. I mean, it's fun just cutting opals. So let's have a look at this. Fan on, so Dalek voice. Exterminate, exterminate. So when you're cutting opals at home, the thing flings off, and you just spend a few minutes looking around for it. Oh, that took ages. Found it. Okay, so that's the green bit there. So those blades, they last forever. They last for this one's probably, I put it on maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you can buy a blade for, you can buy like 10 to 12 for like $10 on eBay. It's really quite simple. And whilst we're here, I'll just zoom out again. So that's how it's all set up. It's just attached to, believe it or not, this is a drawer. So basically I've got a bracket, with the screws. Dremel's just fixed there. You could also go just to the hardware store and buy a proper holder for a Dremel, I suppose. But that's how it's done. Anywho, what I'll do is I'll quickly have a look at this one. I think this one's not going to give us much, so I'll finish this Opal off, have a look at it, and then I'll finish the live stream. Oh, everyone's well ahead of me there. See you. What I'll do is I will finish this one off though, and if you come back, you come back. If you don't, you don't. It's all good. So let me have a look. I don't think this stone owes us anything anymore. This stone, on the other hand, the piece I've cut off, maybe, because there's still a few bits sitting around, so I'll give that a shot. Yeah, okay, so looking at this one again, my audience of me. Nobody knows the trouble I see. Yeah, at any rate, you can actually see there's some green just down underneath there. So this one's not a hopeless cause. This one I am going to grind down to the layer. And I'm also going to grind through the sand layer. So I'll do the sand first. Okay, so yeah, on the feed it doesn't look great, does it? But there's actually a lot of green, and I'll have to point it all out. There's actually a chunk of sand right there that I'm going to cut through. So I'll cut that, and there's also there's a bit of red flash, but it's a light coloured opal, so it's not. I think by our standards we call this dark. It'll be N6, N7. one of these weird ones because all of the colour is hanging around the sand. So there's all that sand just there. Scary, scary sand. There's this nothing but just dark blotch here. So I'm going to just slice that dark blotch away and hope that the sand clears up. That's worrying. I think that might be a crack which I can't see. Okay. This will probably end up being a picture stone. Can I turn the light down? Maybe that'll help. Ow. Okay. That's what happens when you hit your finger with the Dremel tool. See how there's distinct lack of bleeding? Hit it really hard too. Quite safe, unbelievably safe. Anyway, let's see. There's a dark blotch in the middle, that's what I'm trying to point out. Helps with showing the right side. It's all that shock from the loss of blood, I reckon. Yeah, you'll just have to take my word for it. It's blotchy. You can see that little piece of dark there. That's where the blotch starts. I'm scared I landed on my neck. That's why I dropped the opal. Okay. Getting eaten alive out here, so what I'll do is I'll finish this opal off and then I'll finish this stone. The trouble with this opal is the back is a little bit rough. I'm going to have to get the back sorted out. Opal might not be able to take it though. One way to find out, hey? Okay, what I'm seeing here, ladies and gentlemen, is once again we've got some sand going through. I'm just going to cut it straight through the sand because I reckon that's what it's worth. papers are good. Ooh, look at that, pretty sparkly. Can't see it's pretty sparkly, but I guarantee it's there. I'll take some stills and put it onto the YouTube later on. Well, this one is definitely lending itself to be a drop, so I'll just make a drop out of it. It literally cut itself. The Nemo opal. FYI, I said not made for good when I looked at the live stream, so I'm probably right about that one. Don't text the smell. Right, there we go. I'm getting texted at an inappropriate time, so what I'll do is I think I'll end the live stream here, but there's a little drop for you. I'll show you what I've got left over here. I've got these fragments here. That one might come up with something, probably not though. This one is pretty much useless, but I will hunt through it and see what I've got. Let's have a look at the top here. What did I get? I got this guy here. There's just a random on the floor, which is not, going to be great, but for randoms on the floor, that's good. And this one here, of course, I could be wrong, but I think I'm looking at a mosaic pattern with reds and greens and blues and all the things. So, look at that. I forgot it was that good. So, there, I'll move it right back so if we can get the quality good for you. Look at that. This is only the things you get on the Black Opal Direct channel, isn't it? I'm just going to go and cut an opal here. Oh yeah, it's worth about $9 million. Yeah. So, I'm quite happy with that. So what I'll do is I'll stop getting eaten alive. I'll handle these text messages. Maybe I should tell people I'm live streaming before I live stream. You never know. But everyone, that's probably whoever's left. It's taken an hour anyway. Have a lovely day, hey? See you around, and I'll post some photos of what these ended up looking like. Hopefully I won't ruin them. Alright. Hooroo everybody, and goodbye.